Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend. And I hope you're having a warm weekend because here, not so much. We're in a little bit of a cold snap right now, and at least for this week, maybe even further out, but at least for this week, I don't think we're even supposed to get above 0 Fahrenheit. So 0 Celsius, yeah, that would actually be pretty nice, but Fahrenheit and just windy and just, not good. So, I don't know. I mean, I love it here in Wisconsin, but there are times of the year where it does kind of wear on you a little bit, but whatever. It's short-lived, and at least in the summertime, at least we're not getting baked out, so there's that. So this week's video is going to be a little bit shorter than normal just because, well, there just wasn't a whole lot that happened. A little bit of a setback, like I mentioned in the project video with the resin not showing up. And I'm not quite sure how that happened, or, I mean, the box that all the resin came in, that has been sitting on my floor for a month. And I opened it up and I looked at it and I could see on the tops of the cans, I never pulled any of the cans out, and that's my bad, I guess. But on the tops of the cans, I did find it a little bit odd because there was 3 cans in this one box. And only one of the cans had a little bottle of mech, or hardener, taped onto the top of the can. The other 2 didn't, and I'm thinking, well, that's fine. I've got plenty of hardener. It shouldn't be an issue. That should have been my first red flag. Well, why doesn't this have the mech? Because every single gallon you buy from Total Boat comes with its own hardener, but I didn't. So I got a hold of them, and they got it shipped out. I believe they got it out on Wednesday. So I'm hoping it's going to be here on Monday. But by the time I got a hold of them Wednesday, it was already like 3:30. So maybe they're an hour ahead. So maybe they didn't get it out until Thursday, so I don't know. So I'm hoping for Monday that it'll show up. It's most likely going to be Tuesday, and well, that's going to be the project video. So I can't make any kind of a video until that material comes in. So fingers crossed, it comes in sooner rather than later. So another bit of information that I wanted to share here is going to be the discount codes. I did get discount codes from Total Boat as well as for Jamestown distributors. And I'm going to actually send that out in as soon as I post this video. I'm going to send it out just kind of as a text Patreon message, just because that way it'll be easy to find down the road and reference and come back and just get the code that you need. So keep an eye out for that. Now, I will say that the discount code is going to be strictly for Patreon. I mean, that is not going to be put out to the public. I have a different code. It's a referral code, or an affiliate code that I'm going to be putting out to the general public, because sales that happen from that code helps to come back and gives me I think it's like a 5% kickback on the purchases. So the discount code, please don't share it with your friends. Again, it's going to be strictly for use here on Patreon. So another little update, and I still have yet to use any of these Flexisanders. I've got them all laid out here. They're kind of like the little beaming light of sun when I walk in the shop every morning. It's just But so I'm giving some thought. I want to get some hands-on time with them first. And presuming that I actually like them, and I have absolutely no reason to think otherwise. But again, I'm not going to make up my mind until I actually get some time driving them. But presuming that I do like these as much as I think I'm going to, I'm giving some thought to becoming a distributor for them. Because there's only one distributor for them here in the U.S., and I don't know what kind of arrangements they have with Flexisander, as far as if they're required to maintain a stock or anything like that. But when I was talking with my contact there, I got the impression that they want me or whoever their distributor is. I got the feeling that they wanted their distributors to be maintaining a stock in-house, and that's just expensive. I mean they've got what, 6, 7, and then 2 more, 8, 9 different paddles or sanders in troweling boards, and to maintain any kind of a stock, I mean you're looking at thousands of dollars, just sitting on the shelf, and if they sell, they sell, and if they don't, if it takes them 6 months or however, that you're sitting on that, for that period of time. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I ran this idea past, my the contact at Flexisander, and he seemed to be on board with it. So what I'm thinking of doing is basically like once a month doing more or less a pre-order. So I'll put together, make an announcement saying if any of these sanders or troweling boards, if anybody has any interest in them, let me know and basically purchase it there at that time, and then I can basically do a bulk order so that everything can get shipped over here in a timely manner. Now the shipping, that's kind of one of the sticking points. I'm not quite sure, but so to get these sanders, I mentioned from the time that the order was placed until I got them was only 5 days. But that did come with a price tag, and I don't know why, some of this stuff just wasn't shipped from one of their other, the U.S.-based guy. Again, there's only one, but I think he's out in California. I'm not quite sure why it didn't ship out from there, but it came from Czechia for the tune of like $270. That was just for the shipping. So. I kind of ran that when I was talking with Flexisander about this, and I said, well, I'd like to be able to set this up as more or less a bulk order so that, all that shipping can be combined. And he said, well, there is the other option of having all this stuff shipped over a boat, by boat rather than, airplane. And he didn't give me a price, but he said it's much, much more reasonable. But just because of the transit times, it's about a 4 to 6 week delivery time, or buffer before, when you actually place the order to when you actually receive it. And then at that point, I'm guessing that I would have to take and turn around the shipping again and ship it out to whoever, purchased any of these tools. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I mean, do you think that this is something that would be kind of a waste of my time? There's I believe about a 30% profit margin on this. So I don't know. That's strictly a guess. I'll at least put it that way. That's a guess. I don't know that for sure. But with the numbers that I ended up paying for this stuff compared to what they retail for, that kind of seemed to be where it washed out. So anyways, let me know. I'd be curious to hear your opinion on this. If you think it'd be a waste of time, if you think you would have any interest in it, again, that would be good to know, going forward, at least for me to help make a decision on this. And the last thing I wanted to cover today is actually something I already covered inadvertently in the very beginning of the video, which is going to be when the next project video is going to be coming out. So as I mentioned, I'm hoping that the resin that I need is going to be in on Monday, hopefully not too much later beyond that. And then at that point, I'll be able to get everything laid up in that day, get the video edited. So rather than making a step closer to getting back to my Monday postings, it looks like I'm going to be stuck to where I was again this week. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It has to get back to a Monday because it just throws my entire week off. So I really need to get on, or get this back caught up. So, but the video is obviously it's going to be all about laying the glass. I don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze the fairing in on that as well. If I do, actually, I'm probably not, because I'm going to want to include kind of a separate segment with these Flexisanders while I'm doing the fairing up there. So the next video should be a pretty quick turnaround. Just gonna be laying the glass and curing it off and getting everything ready for sanding and then the final fairing. So hopefully, if the resin comes in on say Monday, I could have the video turned around say Wednesday, potentially Thursday, and well, if it comes in Tuesday, then it's obviously we're gonna be looking at Thursday or possibly Friday. So in any event, I think that's about all I got. Now, again, if you have any thoughts or opinions on what I should be doing or not doing with pursuing being a distributor for the sanders, please let me know. And again, I'll have the follow-up message going out on Patreon here with the discount codes. And yeah, I guess that's about it. I don't know. It's just been kind of a downer kind of a week. I was hoping to get all that glass up, but oh well, it happens. I'm not gonna get all wound up about it. So, in any event, have a great rest of the weekend, and I will see you again early next week, hopefully. Have a great weekend. Thanks.